Greetings, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy Easter for those of you who celebrate rabbits. Or have an affinity for colored eggs. Dude, I don't know what this hair is, but it is on something. Oh, man. Any Hank Williams? Any, I don't know. If you hum a few bars, I bet I can wing it. God dang, dude. You guys are, man, y'all are so supportive. It's really cool that either you're very supportive or incredibly bored. I really appreciate the people that are jumping on this. It's a great outlet for me. Today's a bit grayer. We got some beautiful sun yesterday, and today's gray, and so I'm kind of back in that melancholy state again. Traveler like just went down for his nap. He's chill, and I saw something this morning that was really inspiring. We get to the edge of our street every morning. We go on this little walk with Traveler and 8-Bit, and 8-Bit's my dog, our dog, brother, if you're a Traveler, that's what he calls him. And then we get to the end of our street, and there's just like 15 cars that have the street blocked off, and super thuggy people. And like some of them are like hanging out their windows and stuff, and it looks a little weird. I stopped and looked, I was like, "What's up, y'all?" And they turned and looked at me, and they were like, "Oh, it's our boy's birthday, and we're about to surprise him." And they got the signal. And at that moment, all 15 cars went down our street, honking their horns, blowing noisemakers, and they had gotten the guy to come out to the edge of his street so that they could wish him a happy birthday in isolation. And I just got overwhelmed with this notion that we're gonna be okay. Like, this has been the coolest way for people to, normally those people will get in a text, you know, but they found a really cool way to interact and engage with this guy on his birthday and make it a birthday to never forget. So I know that this is a really challenging, difficult time, and it feels weird to be in isolation, but that just shows that the potential is there for us to connect with people in very interesting ways. So for those of you who are interested, this is what this little hour is going to be about. It's just me playing some songs. I get a lot of catharsis by picking up a guitar or sitting at a piano and making music. So I thank you for indulging me, and what I hope is that I can just share with you where some of these songs have come from, and completely lost my train of thought. The stories where these songs came from, and maybe if you have heard these songs, then they take on a whole new meaning, or if you've never heard them before, that you enjoy them anyway. So there's 2 albums that I've done. One was just my name, Sitting in the Fire, and I did that several years ago, and then I got to work with some of my dearest friends and most incredible musicians that I could ever possibly ask to work for. Produced mainly by Wayne Miller, who you've heard me talk about a lot. And so we brought these guys together. It was Wayne Miller on bass and several other things, including producing and mixing and engineering. It was AJ Novak, who plays drums for Troye Sivan, a bunch of people. He's an incredible musician, incredible dude. John Titterington on keys, horn arrangements, string arrangements. I think he did some guitar, did a bunch of stuff. But if it has keys, he played it. James Bowen, also known as Droid Bishop, did all the guitars, did some piano actually, and Christopher Ray was on pedal steel, acoustic, or some electric, and of course the infamous Buchla. So we all got together under the auspice and the name of Window to the Abbey and created a second record called Moving Around Bias. And the first song on that record was a song that I wrote 4 years before, I think, after going to New York to visit Ashley Johnson. And I'll never forget, she was living in Brooklyn at the time, and I was driving from Brooklyn into Manhattan across the Brooklyn Bridge, and I just got this image of her because we were able to walk around her neighborhood and just kind of see like where she goes on a Tuesday morning for coffee and the places that they went to for dinner and just like their hang, the park that they walked their dogs at, all of that stuff. And I just got this image of Ashley walking down the street and just being the kind of person that she has an infectious smile and she kind of has this like music in her step, you know. And as we were driving across the bridge, I got this song in about like 5 minutes. So this is Water into Wine. She shuffles her feet as she crosses 7th Street. She stares about the light, wishing all with her mind. She does this every time in her ordinary life to match the reason with the rhyme. She does it every time. She turns water into wine. She seems so discreet as she makes for the battery. She gives a winking smile, laughing inside all the while. She does it old style in her ordinary life to match the reason with the rhyme. She does it every time. She turns water into wine. Do 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 do. She turns water into wine. Ooh. So there's one down. Thank you guys. So yeah, if you didn't know, that song is about Ashley Johnson. So, and it drives me crazy because I have this entire video in my head that I want to shoot so bad. So there you go. So there we go. If you're just now jumping in, thank you guys for joining this little, hi Grace, this little edition of Sunday Music. I don't know, we should probably come up with a name for it, or not. Just Filthy Casual Sunday. So there you go. Well, Moon Alchemist, I hope you get feeling better. MSG showing that replayer love. Thank you, Barbara. And it originally sounded pretty bad. I was listening, Grace, you'll appreciate this. I was listening to a lot of Jamie Cullum at the time, and so there was like a sax solo originally in it. It just wasn't. It wasn't good. Jamie would not have been proud. So instead, John Titterington sat down at his, I think it was on his Nord at Selma Studios, and was like, what if we just made it this? And it was the one that came up with that cool little whirly, just quarters on the whirly. So Twitch, this is a Martin. Nothing fancy, just a good Martin acoustic. I needed a guitar that sounded good that I could travel with, because when I go to like different conventions, I'd like to play music. And so I wanted a guitar this guitar above me right here, that's Gilda. Gilda does not, it's like the Holy Grail in Last Crusade. It can't cross the Great Seal. That guitar was given to me by my mentor, Bo Chansey. It was his guitar, and when I was leaving for Los Angeles, he said, I want Gilda to go with you. And so that guitar has been with me through a lot. So she stays right there, and I'll play with her. Actually, I did play Gilda for One Night Live, and I did... So Gilda's made very special appearances. There you go. So our Martin guitar is worth it. It's all a matter of taste. They're definitely Craftsman guitars, and you can spend anywhere from $500 to $15,000 on a Martin. So it's all about, I believe, in sitting down and grabbing the guitar, and it's like a dog or a cat. You'll know instantly if you guys belong together, if you don't. Tips on learning guitar, Aaron: play every day. Play every day, at least for an hour. This will hurt and this will hurt, but you gotta play. I play with incredible musicians. I consider myself someone who plays guitar. I'm not a guitarist. I am in my little home studio there. This is my little songwriting station right here. I've got my workstation, which is over here, which if you saw that picture that we put up, this is like the deck of the Enterprise. And then I've got my booth over there. I've got my little hang space over here, books everywhere, and little memorabilia from places that we've traveled and games that I've been a part of. So it's pretty cool. This is my little kind of hang space, and it's just constantly updating and evolving. Amy, I play a little bit of everything. I started off on drums. I don't know why. I was just driven to drums, and then I wanted to be musical, so I picked up bass. I figured 4 strings was easier to tackle than 6, and so I started learning how to play bass. I got bored with that, which if you get bored, you should continue to play that instrument. I had an organ in our house growing up, and my mom was the secretary of our church, so I spent a lot of time there. And there's no place creepier than an empty, dark church, by the way. But I would just get there and start playing the piano, and so I taught myself how to play the piano. Not very well, but I can play. And then guitar I picked up out of convenience because my friend played guitar, and I couldn't show him what I was hearing in my head, and so I was like, just show me a D chord. And he's like, that. I was like, okay. So that's what I hear, and then it goes, what's a G chord? And so eventually I just got to the point where I do that, and this is the most portable, easily portable instrument. So, my beautiful idiot, it depends on the church. You're absolutely right, but if you've ever been in just like a modern church and you're the only one there and all the lights are off, oof, it can give you the willies. Can you still see my religion? Hell yeah, dude, absolutely. This is for you and Michelle. I would love to play that song for you. So, if you ever heard this song, it was originally a totally different song. This song has evolved so much. And if you listen to the first part of Sitting in the Fire, well, actually that's a different song. But that's, somebody will tell me. I'm drawing a complete blank. But I was in my hotel room in Kansas City, as a matter of fact. So if you guys were going to Planet Comic Con, then you'll know this was it. And before we started, Wayne Miller and I had sat down, and he was like, I want to produce your next record. I was like, okay. And I was trying to understand, I was trying to take all these songs that I had and figure out what I wanted this album to be, what I wanted it to sound like. And so I had my guitar with me, and I opened it up and I just got this idea for this one song, because I could never play it live the way that I wanted it to. And so I took this song and I started playing it like this. Put the needle down, gleaming through the window, spinning round and round. This is how I wanna feel, and the sound fills my soul like a sun, shining through my window. Let it flow through my veins. This is my religion. This is my religion. Put the needle down. The sky is the landfill. Our spaces to the ground, till we're buzzing through in stereo. And the sound fills my soul like a sun, shining through my window. Let it flow through my veins. This is my religion. This is my religion. As I bow my head to pray, may those verses that we sing fall like wine to my lips. This is our religion. This is our religion. Put the needle down. Put the needle down. Put the needle down. There you go. So cool. There's that song. A different version of it. It always seems to change. So there you go. What else, guys? Is there? These are kind of the songs that were hitting me, and I definitely wanted to. Best way to tune a guitar. I hope this gets uploaded to Spotify. Which one? Moon Alchemist? It should be on Spotify, is it not? Here's a song that, speaking of stories, I don't know if you've ever had to, oh man, Snake Fantasy, I got you on that one. I'll get you. That's, wish you were here. It's about Sid Barrett. Gemma, of course, we will do Creep. I think I blanked on that one last time, but we'll definitely do that one. So, by the way, I just want to say, if anyone's out there that has been kind enough to jump on Cameo and advocate that for yourself or your friend, thank you for your patience. I've been trying to diligently go through all those, and I really appreciate you being patient. I'm not overlooking you. So thank you for your patience. Hey, there we go. M Quinn 91. You just asked about cameos. So yeah, there's a lot in there, and I promise I'll get to those. So speaking of stories, I don't know if anyone has ever had to break up with a friend, but I don't know, for some reason for me it was infinitely harder to break up with a friend than any other relationship. So while we were writing this album and sketching it, what would happen is once a week I would meet Wayne and John at Wayne's studio in Hollywood, California, and I would drive from the Valley into Hollywood and go to his studio, and we would sit, and the three of us would kind of bang out the arrangements for these songs and discuss them. And Kanye, okay, you know what I'm talking about. And so one morning, in the middle of all of this, I went through this breakup. And I woke up one morning, and by the time I got out of bed, out of the shower, into my car, and drove over the hill into Wayne's studio, the song was written. And I walked up the stairs to his studio, and he goes, "What do you want to work on today?" And I said, "This. So this is how it ends. Not with a whisper, but a bang. Slamming doors and broken picture frames. Puffed up pride and called out names. Well, alright, so go. Pedal your wares on down the road. You're feeling dogs and thumbnail. Stop the show for all the fools just passing by, who have yet to get wise. But I never meant to break your heart. I only meant to speak the truth. Where we go from here, my dear, I'll leave that up to you. This is for the best is what you said. Made up debts you claim must be repaid. Imaginary dragons waiting to be slain on narcissistic windmill rides. But I never meant to break your heart. I only meant to speak the truth. Where we go from here, my dear, well, I'll leave that up to you. Well, I'll leave that up to you. You're out there singing. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. So this is how it ends. Not with a whisper, but a bang. Slamming doors and broken picture frames. Puffed up pride and call out names. Well, alright, so go. Battle your ways on down the road. Your manufactured love will steal the show. All the fools just passing by. But I never meant to break your heart. I only meant to speak the truth. Where we go from here, my dear, I'll leave that up to you. Oh, 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 So there you go. Take a sad song and make it better. There you go, guys. Singing out loud, thank you guys. That brings me great joy knowing that across this great divide, we're all able to join in song together. So, what's up, Wick? Hey, Paul. Get some sleep. It's all good. Peace to you as well, and also with you. What's the song you retooled that didn't make it off Resident Evil 6? Oh my gosh, it was. Whew, oh my gosh. Dude, you just dove deep. What was the name of that song? Man, that's digging deep. I have to do it in drop D. I'll work on that for you. So that's it was called, it was a Trip Fontaine song, and it is called Save Me. Yeah, there you go. So yeah. What is a drop D? So drop D, everything's in the most guitars are tuned E, A, D, G, B, E, E, A, D, G, B, E, or you go E, B, G, D, A, whatever. I can't do that. But drop D tuning is when you take your top E string and you tune it down to D so that you can play a lot of, oh my God, can I do it? I'll get some Glenn Hansard going. Glenn Hansard is a lot of stuff in D. Yeah, dude, teach us how to play last minute requests. You got it. Key of C. That is going to be E minor 7 chord, I believe. So F major 7. Sorry, how about D minor 7? Feels like one. Walk up to E, to F. Stay with me just until I fall asleep. I know it's late and you gotta go, but I don't wanna be alone. Stay with me for a little while. Maybe sleep and make me smile. Watch over me. Stay with me. Stay with me. Just until I fall asleep. I know it's late and you gotta go, but I don't wanna be alone. Stay with me for a little while. Maybe sleep and make me smile. Watch over me. 'Cause all the things I tried to do have all seemed to fail me. I know. And everywhere we try to stay, I I saw main girl laid in the way, and I'm falling faster than we can stand. You never know how much you show what I've always needed to say, but it never comes out that way when you're lying there next to me, and I can feel you breathe. This was one of those songs where all of us came together and really put our own fingerprint on it. I had one part of the song that was incomplete, and everybody, John was able to do that beautiful string arrangement if you've heard the album. I had an idea for these background vocals, and Wayne really brought in the girls to bring that to fruition. James came up with that incredible tasty lick. The C Ray came in. So yeah, it's one of my favorite songs on the record. Can I sing some Bon Jovi? What can I do? What can I do that'd be Bon Jovi? Tell the world I'm your only man. Diamond ring, diamond ring. Baby, you're my everything. Diamond ring, red road, but it don't do. Red rose tells me that you're true. Red rose, blood red rose, like a fire inside that grows. Blood red rose, when you're hungry, I will fill you up. When you're thirsty, drink out of my loving cup. When you're crying, I will be the tears for you. There's nothing that I wouldn't do for you. That's right, if you've heard the album, that we closed that album on this song. Bon Jovi song. A lot of hidden gems for Bon Jovi. Favorite mocap memory? I don't know, man. That alternate ending for The Last of Us was pretty brilliant. Angie, I got you covered with the... I kind of stopped, though, after These Days with Bon Jovi. Once Alec John Such left, and then Tico Torres left, I believe. So it's just kind of like, it's just now John Bon Jovi and what's his name? Oh, man, Chris Cornell. I wish I could play Into the World. Dry County? I have stories for days about Dry County, girl. I bet I could do... I heard there was a secret chord David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, and the major left, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof. Her beauty and the moonlight overthrew you. Well, she tied you to a kitchen chair. She broke your throne and she cut your hair. And from your lips she drew the hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Baby, I've been here before, seen this room and I've walked this floor. You know I used to live alone before I knew you. And it's not some cry that you hear at night. It's not somebody who's seen the light. It's a cold and it's a broken hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, That's why we do music, man. Music is, there's an anthropologist that I was fortunate enough to work with on a project I did with Austin Wintry called Light in the Void, and her name is Alice. She's one of the leading, foremost anthropologists in the world, and she said that we were singing before we were talking, that talking is actually a reductive way of us communicating, because there's so much more that goes into the musicality of our singing and us making music. So yeah, I think there's definitely something to the fact that we need music, and that music is our actual native language in one way or another. So everyone who says they can't sing only says that because you're comparing yourself to something else. Everyone can sing. Everyone can make music. You may not like the way that it sounds, but everyone can make music. Talking directly to you, you know who you are. You can sing. So there you go. What else? We got about 20 minutes here. please play David Bowie. Let me figure out what Heroes would be a good one for us right now, especially for all those people that are on the front line, whether you be in the medical field, in the food industry. They're definitely our heroes right now. What else? Well, the circle being broken, that's 2 requests. The circle be unbroken by and by, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, or in the sky. There are loved ones in the glory, whose dear forms you'd often miss when you close your earthly story. Will you join them in their bliss? Seats were empty, one by one they went away. Now their circle has been broken. Will it be complete one day? Sing with me. Will the circle be unbroken by and by? Oh, by and by, is a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. See, you can sing. Told you. About 15 more minutes left, y'all. What do you think we should do? I really, really appreciate you being here. This is a great way to connect. It's a great way for me to play that. Absolutely. Oh my God. Yeah, duh. I'm not gonna let that pass without doing that one. So Starseed, I wrote many years ago, almost when I first moved to Los Angeles, and there was a girl that I met, and her partner just had this great understanding of each other, that one was this very peaceful, at rest person, and the other was just flittering about, just had to constantly be doing something. What do I think about this? And so one was the sparrow, which is the flittering around, and one is the dove, who just sits and waits for the other to alight next to her. And we had this great conversation where we went through a pack of cigarettes and a couple bottles of wine, and we're just talking about life and where we came from and what everything means. And their relationship was so beautiful. I went home that night and wrote this song. I might not be too well versed in philosophy, but I'll talk to you all night over coffee. And right around 4 a.m. when our thoughts start blending in and give way to heavy eyes, I'll crawl in to bed with you, whisper one more I love you, watch you fade into sleep. Now say goodnight to the star sea. We might not agree on things like theology, but I swear I see God in you when you strike me. And right around 5 a.m. the wine is gone and you've given in all of my ridiculous tries. Oh, you look at me and that way you do, bring my lips so close to you, bring back these feelings you need. Say goodnight, starseed. And the sparrow takes wing while the dove sits there watching, patiently waiting for you. Oh, and that's when I will let you. You give me a tab too. Remind me again of the truth. Oh, that all the things we laughed about push away the fear and the doubt. So I recall the only thing I really need is another night of starseed. And the sparrow takes a wing while the dove sits there watching, patiently waiting for you. Say, the sparrow takes a wing while the dove sits there watching, patiently waiting for you. I'm still waiting. I'm waiting for you. You know I'm waiting. I love that song, man. Oh man, thank you guys. I appreciate that. It's very kind. I think I can do another one of those. Thank you, Gemma. I'm not forgetting about you. We're definitely gonna end on that one too. I've got one for Something New Under the Sun. Is there anything else that somebody wants to hear? Hi, D. Really? That's your favorite? Okay, cool. Through the Valley, that belongs 100% to Ashley. Sad song or Common Ground. I don't know if I can scream out Common Ground. I'm afraid I'm gonna wake up Traveler. Maybe next week. How about that? You too. I'll need to learn one of those. Still listening? Last Kiss. Oh man, yesterday? Maybe good one too. Jesus, you guys are coming up with some good ones. Is it getting better? I would love to go live with Ashley. If we could do music together, that'd be even better. All right, how about that? We'll do Promise. You need a friend. Don't look to a stranger. You know in the end I'll always be there when you're in doubt, when you're in danger. Take a look all around. Maybe I'll be there. I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking of the right words to say. I know they don't sound the way I planned them to be. If you wait around a while, I'll make you fall for me. I promise you I will. When your day is through, so is your temper. Take a look all around. Baby, I'll be there. Sometimes when I shout, it's not what's intended. These words just come out with no thought to bear. I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking of the right words to say. I know they don't sound the way I planned them to be. If you wait around a while, I'll make you fall for me. I promise you. I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking of the right words to say. I know they don't sound the way I planned them to be. If I had to walk the world and make you fall for me, I promise you I will. Thank you, guys. So, thank you, guys. You're very kind. Hearts for Breathe. You guys want to hear that one? Is that a yes or no? There's no hearts for breathe. Okay, there's a bunch of hearts for breathe. Okay, just making sure. So there's a few that I've reached out to. I'm going to send out a link to a Dropbox. And there's a very simple part that I would love for you guys to help me sing on. And if you're interested, David, maybe you can help me with this. I think we asked this for this last week. Let's find a way that we can get this link out to people. There's a lot of you that I've just DM'd this to on Twitter. But there's a Dropbox that I can get you guys the link to that you could pull the lyrics and the vocal guide and the piano and the click track down so you could hear this, throw in headphones, don't have to add any reverb or anything else, sing into your phone, sing into a microphone, whatever, video it if you can, it'd be great, and just record this little quick part, and I'd love to have everybody that can be on there on this song. So, because I want to show that we can create in isolation. If I'm not mistaken, today is a day that they're actually recording violin, which is really cool. So this thing is kind of grown by leaps and bounds. So can't move this too much, but maybe I can move it a little bit so that you guys can see this. Is that cool? Is that all right? We need to move this guy. Hold on. We'll just do this. See if I can't. Is that all right? A little dark, but whatever. Just breathe. Open the window to see. Let's try that again. That is a G sharp. That is an F sharp. Keeping it real, y'all. Just breathe. Open the window to see. The sun is still shining outside. Even though it feels so dark inside. Pick up the phone, hates me. I just thought I'd ring you to see. We happen to recall the time when there it is. We're better off, it seems, and we just remember to breathe. And I feel so far away. I paid king's ransom just to hold you today. And I'll tear my heart from my sleeve. Somebody help me to breathe. I feel so far away. Pay your king's ransom just to hold you today. And I'll tear my heart from my sleeve. Somebody help me to breathe. Thank you guys for helping me to breathe on a Sunday. Being so kind and supportive. Help other people to breathe. If you have breath to spare, somebody else could use yours. If you guys are cool with this, I'm down to keep doing these every Sunday. Until next Sunday or the next time we do this, just make sure you stay safe, stay healthy, stay connected. I really appreciate you guys. We'll see you next time.